Hello and welcome. This is Freewill Tarot. This reading is going to be for the sign of Capricorn. Hello, Capricorn, and thank you for joining me. You have two messages here from Spirit. I'm going to read you those two messages, and then we're going to go ahead and get into the tarot portion reading, okay? So your first message you have here is momentum, Capricorn. It says, things are moving forward quickly. Your energy is building towards success. Keep going, stay consistent with your actions, and maintain a high vibrational state. So some of you have been like working on something, building something, or you could just be feeling good right now about some decisions that you've made. Or I feel like a lot of you have made a decision and you're very determined, is what I'm getting, to keep persevering and moving down the path for yourself that you have chosen to go down, right? It's something that you have finally made a decision on. And that you're saying, you know what, this is what I'm gonna do. It could be in a new project. It could be I just feel like it's in a new way of being where your mind is made up now, right? That you're gonna persevere and move forward in a certain direction or with a certain mentality and action here, Capricorn. You're very determined to succeed in whatever this is. And it's after due to the fact of you leaving something behind here. So let's get on to the other message here. It says precision, okay? I'm going to see if you can see it. I don't think you can see it because of that light, but here it is. Some of you like to see it. Okay. It says precision. Careful, calculated action leads to the best results. Okay? Aim with clarity and intention. Take focused action today, allowing each step with your ultimate goal. And like I just said, I feel like a lot of you have made your mind up about a certain direction that you want to go in, or something that you want to achieve, or a goal that you have set for yourself that you're really, determined to see it through. It can be different for all of you. Some of you, it could be losing weight. Some of you, it could be being dedicated to change your attitude or your perception, or get over a habit that you had. Some of you, it's just the mindset of moving forward and looking at things in a different perspective and being victorious at seeing something come through for you. But you are on the right track. So I want to let a lot of you know that if you have been experiencing this kind of energy of being determined to move forward in a certain direction and to have something different for yourself. And I do definitely feel like a lot of you are definitely on the move, Capricorn. And I guess some of you can sense something, I think you ultimately made this decision, but you felt it before, like it was something that you needed to do. You felt like the timing was right, or it was time for you to look at things differently, or go or set yourself up on this new path or this goal, because the overall energy here is new beginnings here, Capricorn. Okay, it says you're at the threshold of a new venture. Okay, your passion is the key to unlocking what's next. All right. So I feel like a lot of you have left something behind. Either it could be a relationship, or it could just be another version of yourself, of the way you used to be, or the way you used to think about something. And you decided to go in a whole new direction. I believe you left something behind, and now you're working very hard on building something new for yourself, right? Some of you could be working on your body. Some of you could be trying to get more healthy. Some of you are trying to just reestablish and build your life. Some of you are just looking towards the future and being very determined to set goals and achieve those goals. It could be in a project. It could be in like I said, losing weight. It could be working out. It could be in a habit. It could be anything, but you're very mind focused on it. You're not just thinking about it. I'm actually seeing you take action towards it, right? And these cards here, right? Now, what I do want to get to is some of you, when it comes to relationships, or you're in action with family for some of you, but I'll get there in just a second. We have the Six of Swords. So Six of Swords tells me that you guys could have maybe been dealing with some rough patches in your life, or you maybe have, because the Six of Swords talks about leaving troubled waters behind, right? Something that was choppy, something that wasn't, very smooth, something that was a little wobbly. And some of you, this could have been at your job. Maybe you just felt like, things wasn't very clear, or things wasn't just going as smoothly at your workplace. But I feel like you've gotten your mindset back on what are your goals and what are you going to be determined to see happen, and not just be so focused on that. You are, whoever this is for, you are in a process of healing here. If some of you have been sick or have not been feeling well, you are in the process of healing. If you haven't got there yet, I'm telling you that, you should be looking out for it, because you have spirit here guiding you guiding you towards this healing. Because you have the happiness cards here, which is great, Capricorn. You have the happiness cards. So a lot of you, I feel like, made a decision here to put yourself first and to get your mind and your perspective focused on your goals and to set out on those goals. And I don't really think Capricorns have a problem with doing that. But sometimes, y'all can sting a little bit when you get so focused. So, keep that in check. Sometimes you could just, be very, shut down, very focused on your goals, that sometimes you can overdo it because you really just want to achieve your goals. So, just balance that out. I'm not saying too much, warning you about that, but just I know how you operate. Below the surface, you have the Three of Swords. So again, it could have been where something had hurt you. Maybe some of you had felt sick, or some of you could have maybe had heart problems or heart surgery, or you knew someone who did. It could be anything like that. If it's not that, it's just where something had hurt you. I feel like this is going to be when it comes in relationships for some of you. Or you just felt kind of like hurt, loss, grief here. Heartbroken, sad about something here. Maybe felt alone here, isolated. I heard the word isolated here with the Eight of Swords. You felt isolated. For some of you, I don't know why, I feel like if it's not a relationship, it's definitely at the workplace. Maybe you felt isolated. Maybe you felt like you wasn't included, or you felt like it made you a little sad. Maybe you felt like you put a lot into something and you wasn't, I just feel like you were excluded, or you felt like you were excluded. I don't know where I'm getting that, but that's how I'm getting that, either from the workplace or in a relationship or somehow. But the Eight of Swords talks about feeling trapped here, feeling like you can't get yourself out of a situation. But these are just illusions, okay? They're just thoughts. They're not real, right? You're not bound or trapped to anything. We have free will. We can get ourselves out of anything. We the ones decide to get up and go to that job every day. There's no one there making you. You're the one decide to get up and go to that job. You're the one decide to get up and go get that car or not get that car, or to go eat that food or not eat that food. We do that, right? So we're never helpless. So never think that. You're never helpless. You're never trapped. It's the only way we look at a certain situation that tells us that, okay? But I do feel like when it comes to relationship, this energy is directed at that, because I feel like either if it's not at work where you've been having disagreements with people, for some of you it is, where you've maybe had some disagreements with people, or you kind of feel isolated by people you work with. It's in a relationship, right? Because I do have the disagreement card here, where it says, misunderstandings lead to heated debates, okay? Clashing perspectives create further discord. So some of you could have been arguing with either in a partnership, at home, your significant other, or this is at the workplace, right? So some of you just not seeing eye to eye, or you're just not feeling like, things have been going your way there, or you just kind of feel like isolated or restricted to some degree when it comes to work, right? Or in a relationship, because you do have a dependency card too. And I do want to bring that up. It's a lot of good stuff you got going on here, Capricorn, where you're focused. But I do feel like some things do need to get back into balance, either when it comes to your love life or your significant other, your family, or you emotionally. So we'll get to that in just a second. But it says dependency. It says when support turns into overprotection, it can hinder natural growth and self-reliance. So keep that in mind. So if some of you are dealing with someone that you feel is too dependent on you, or if you're just feeling like you're too dependent on someone where you need them to do a lot of things for you, they want you to kind of balance that energy out for some of you. Or if someone is, overwhelming you to the point of needing so much support from you, it can still be your children, but sometimes it could be much, right? It could be your partner. Sometimes it could be a bit much. They just want you to be aware of that and balance that out. You can balance that out. You can always speak your truth, okay? And when it comes into your relationship or something like that, it's a call for you to balance that out also, or your emotions, okay, in your family life or your home life or your relationship here with a partner. It's a need for you to get balance. It says adaptability and flexibility. So some of you that are focused and focus driven on your goals, you might be kind of pushing your relationship to the side, or maybe not as focused on that, but they need you to balance that out. They're just equally as important as whatever your goals are, okay? Adaptability and flexibility are critical as you prioritize competing demands. See, I can't make this up, right? So make sure you balance out all of your energies. Do not just, favor one or another. Just find a way, and you're able to do that, Capricorn, where you're blending everything and you are a master of your own life, where you're combining and thinking about everything and balancing out. You're able to do that, okay? You have the World card and the Nine of Cups. It looks like you have the Sun and the Nine of Cups here. It just says, I feel like you're getting ready to take charge of your life. If you haven't did this, I feel like a lot of you are getting ready to take charge of your life and go down a certain direction. You did decide to leave something behind. Could be a job, could be a relationship, it could be anything. And had set out on a whole new, you can't see that card. Look at that. That's the World card here, okay? You see how she's just free. She's in the center of this circle with her arms open, ready for the world to, just take her in. Because she's saying, here she comes. Okay, so it's like you're getting ready to take center stage. You're getting ready to come out there. You're getting ready to take charge on a new direction and something that you want for yourself. And, Capricorn, congratulations to you. The only thing I would have for you is advice. Some of you are getting ready to travel or move as well. Maybe relocate, travel, leave, head in a new. Either way, victory is yours. Whatever decision you decide or direction you decide to go into, Spirit God is on your side here. Only thing that I would ask you to do, or they were asked you to do, not so much me, is to balance out all aspects of yourself and all aspects of your life, because whatever your goals are, people that are in your life that love you and care about you also need to have a priority and be included. You can't just seclude them out, okay? That's what I have for you, Capricorn. It looks really beautiful. Thank you for joining me. I hope this helped. Hope to see you back here real soon. Bye for now.